Hi guys, I'm Penance. I've got a bit of a special video for you guys tonight. I really wanted to do an overview of the Advanced Warfare / 2015 COD season for the Australian and New Zealand Call of Duty console community, or as we call it, ANZCoD. For those of you who haven't heard of us or you're not familiar with us, let me just tell you a little bit about ANZCoD. Despite being much smaller than our European and North American counterparts, we still endure the same level of drama, the same upsets and rostermania and all that sort of stuff, on a daily / weekly basis. Now, ANZCoD is still a young scene, not only in terms of the age of the player base, but also in terms of how long we've actually been around for. We're still, like a lot of esports communities worldwide, we have kind of been left to do things ourselves, and we're still trying to figure it out. With all that said, I love ANZCoD. You are my family and my home. So hopefully none of y'all take offense at anything I've said here tonight. If so, sorry. I also have been keeping a spreadsheet over the course of the year about all the different team changes and the different events. You can find the link to it down in the description below, so check it out. In my mind, the first major incident of the year was when established organisation ANZCoD rung in the new year by unceremoniously dropping their at-the-time lineup. Now, this would not be noteworthy were it not for two things. First, that Avant's roster had been with them for going on 2 years, which is basically unheard of. I'm pretty sure that's some kind of record. The second being that Avant didn't actually notify any of the players involved. The only reason that the players found out is because the new team was announced on Twitter. It was a sort of error in judgment that I can only really describe as epic. Moving on, the 2015 season officially began with the announcement of the Call of Duty World Championship, or COD Champs as everyone knows it. This was the first year that ANZ was extended 3 invites. Normally we only get 2 to international events. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of hype surrounding this event and people were very excited. However, it then turned out that you had to be 18 years of age or older to qualify, and that made a lot of people very, very sad. The APAC regional LAN, it was held in February in Sydney. There were 6 teams there. It was an invite-only event, and they had to have competed earlier in an online tournament to be invited to this event. To no one's surprise, Mindfreak were the first team to qualify. Mindfreak is the reigning team here in Australia. If they're going to a LAN, it's essentially guaranteed that they are going to get first place, and they are definitely the most skilled team in the ANZ region. Mindfreak are also the only team to be consistently untouched by rostermania. The next team to qualify was Exile 5 T1 Dotters. This team, Exile 5, last year at COD Champs, they actually played there and placed 5th in the world under the name Trident Esports. So a proven team on the international battleground. The last team to qualify was Integral. This squad was actually a pickup team which only formed about a week before the online qualifier. Funnily enough, Integral's 4th player, Vilesider, was actually the captain of the previous Avant squad that got dropped earlier in the year publicly and unceremoniously on Twitter. The team that Avant then picked up, they placed tied for last at this event. The first open LAN event of the year was held by Doesplay. It was on the Gold Coast at the beginning of March. Mindfreak announced they wouldn't be attending this event, which caused a lot of hype because it left first place open for anyone to take. Exile 5 were able to attend, and of course they took out first place. They actually didn't even lose a single map over the entire weekend, so that's a pretty mean feat if you ask me. The funny thing as well is that they weren't playing with their full lineup. Chileans wasn't able to attend, so Beaston was subbing in. Second place went to New Zealand team Mega, and third place went to the Faction. Now, the Faction was something of a dark horse at this event. They were able to actually eliminate Avant, a team full of veteran players, and they had a really aggressive playing style which saw them make it into the top 3. Unfortunately, they were struck by rostermania after the Gold Coast LAN and disbanded. COD Champs was the next event on everyone's radar, and this one was held towards the end of March. Integral were unlucky enough to find themselves in the pool of death at this event. Despite playing their best, this 2-month-old team ultimately did not have the polished teamwork and the well-practiced strategies of their opponents, and they weren't able to make it out of pool play. Integral disbanded immediately after COD champs, following rumours of discord within the team and allegations of stat whoring by one player at the $1 million COD champs tournament. Exile 5 didn't fare much better. Their bracket may not have been as intimidating as Integral's, but unfortunately Exile 5, despite playing their best, weren't able to qualify for the second day playoffs. This meant that all our hopes were now resting on Mindfreak, and true to form, Mindfreak delivered. They placed 6th in the world. They were the only non-North American team to place within the top 8, and they came home with $50,000 between them. The next Australian event was Brisbane, which is the traditional first stop in ACL's pro circuit. If you don't know who ACL is, they're kind of like the MLG of the ANZ region. Now, true to ANZ form, in the 8 weeks between Gold Coast and Brisbane, there were still many changes made to several of the teams' lineups. Trouble had been brewing around Exile 5 T1 Daughters following an incident of unprofessional conduct earlier in the year. There were also rumours of personality clashes and general discord within the team. It was not surprising then when Exile 5 released their roster and retired from the console community. Shortly afterwards, Iskatu left T1 Daughters amidst a swarm of rumours. He was replaced by Beeston as the team's 4th, and the whole team was then picked up by Trident Esports. Avant was another organisation which was hit hard by roster mania. So despite placing 4th at the Gold Coast, the team dissolved really quickly after the event. Benno went back to his native Halo, Dean was picked up by Skyfire, and Maka went on hiatus. This left Hopi by himself, needing to rebuild his team from the ground up before Brisbane. Hopi and Iskatu joined forces, and the unlikely duo were joined by Wolfie and Hysteria. In addition to this, Iskatu had actually brought the T1 Daughters name with him when he joined, making this new team Avant-Garde T1 Daughters, which is quite a mouthful. So Brisbane actually turned into something of a battleground for the burgeoning rivalry between Avant and Trident. Not having the benefit of that long familiarity and teamwork on their side, Avant did not place as well as we would normally expect them to. They placed 5th, which isn't terrible, but from a team like Avant, we would normally expect a top 3 placement. Trident came in 2nd place, just behind Mindfreak, who were at this event, and true to form, took out 1st place. 3rd place at Brisbane went to Uproar Ignitions, arguably the best New Zealand team, and a team that's made very few roster changes during the Advanced Warfare season. And 4th place went to a team named Incept. Now, Incept did at Brisbane what the faction did at the Gold Coast. They came from relative obscurity, and by the end of the event, they proved that they could go head-to-head with some of the best players in Australia. Incept did continue to play for the rest of 2015, online and offline events, with some minor changes to their lineup. And it looks like that's it for now. I'll hopefully be releasing part 2 really soon, which will be the rest of the 2015 season. Make sure you follow me on Twitter so you know when it's released. It's Penance with 3 A's, just like it is on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, leave a comment down below, or you can contact me on Twitter. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully see you all next time. Mwah!